Hi, my name is Jonathan Zavala Molina, and in this presentation I will be briefly talking about my takeaways from the semester in MUE 110. First off, we have this picture here. I found this picture to be really interesting, especially in regards to my paper and how I talked about breaking free from the mold. Well, what's the mold? If we think about a cookie cutter, everyone is produced the same way in terms of a cookie cutter, and I think that is the mold that society has subconsciously placed teachers and students into. Not just in music, but in general. But if in terms of music, there is a set ideal standard for repertoire, for teaching certain aspects of music, and I think that just puts us into a mold that we haven't found a way to break free from. That relates to the concept or principle of innovative practitioner, innovation, something new, something that's not in the mold. I think that's something really important that we need to take forward. And one of the key things that I have learned from this semester is that there needs to be creativity, there needs to be innovation, especially when you're practicing something that it's so easy to get burned out in, as we have learned. Next, we have these next two pictures. It says never stop learning, and it has like a Rubik's Cube world. Well, I chose these two pictures for two reasons. One is never stop learning is quite obvious, but we live in an ever-changing world, and it's important to be a lifelong learner in this ever-changing world. So, with the developments in technology and new teaching methods, it's important that as educators we inform ourselves and continue to learn about how we can make ourselves better and make the experiences of our students better. And continuing off of that, we have this picture here of two people holding in a person in a box, or what I call going beyond the four walls. This relates to a community leader. So typically when we think of teachers inside the classroom. Well, as music educators, I don't think that's fit for our role. I believe that we need to go beyond the four walls to involve the community. What does involving the community do? Well, I think the involving community helps build a sense of unity, not only in your classroom or your school or even your district, but a city, town. That's something that I find is really, really powerful. Coming from a small town in my high school, music was a really big thing that connected the community. I know my band participated in a variety of parades, business openings, and what that does, it just opens the doors for the music program. I hear a lot of teachers who say, "Oh, the music program's not appreciated," and things like that. But I believe that if you go above and beyond your expectations and are involved as a community leader, it just makes it so much more easier for you and for the community to be involved and appreciate the arts and the work that you do. Next is teacher as musician. So if you take a look at this picture, it's a really interesting picture, I thought. It has a bunch of different things tied into a guy playing a piano. So being a flexible musician, I think, is an important part of being a teacher in general. Sometimes I have encountered educators who stop practicing or stop learning how to play a new instrument after they graduate and just focus on teaching. Well, I don't really necessarily think that's the best route. As I mentioned before, lifelong learning is an important part. And if we stop learning and stop being the musician that we were in high school, then it's not really going to benefit us. I think by being a flexible musician and finding new and creative ways to make music and also help your students make music is a really important aspect that I have taken away from the semester. I know I had a mindset similar to I am just going to play in college and teach after that, but now after taking this class, I got a whole new mindset on what it means to be a musician and a teacher. So what will you do and what can you do? Well, the important thing is to keep a goal in mind. We have done a lot of reading this semester about different topics regarding society, standards, labels, um, good music educators, bad music educators. It's important for us to keep those in mind and move forward with a sense and understanding of the four core principles that will make us better educators in the future. Thank you for watching my presentation.